How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of mystery beer courtesy of my boy C. By C, I mean Chuck. By C, I mean Charles. Yeah. Chicago-based jam, I assume, because that's where he lives, but he sent off a bunch of mystery beers. And I think I might have one or two left. And this be a stout. So there you go. We'll see how this sucker plays. Oh, that'd be thick. That'd be thick and hopefully delicious. So yeah, Chuck going with the yellow tape as opposed to the classic blue. I like the little switch up. I can get down with that. And as far as the beer goes, that'd be a stout. You know what I mean? It's just thick and rich and dark. I'm getting huge notes of chocolate, maybe even coffee from a distance, but it's got this rich kind of chocolate kind of going on. Smells the part of something icky and sticky. That does not suck. Hopefully it shows improved. So you have big old stout or porter. It's got a nose. Man, this is like somebody's... I got it all over my nose. How about that? This is somebody's like maple breakfast stout. There's maple syrup in there. There's coffee in there. There's vanilla in there. There's lactose in there. Big roasted malts in there. I don't think this is barrel aged. I'd almost bet any part of my body that this is not barrel aged. It's just somebody's icky, sticky, super thick, over the top, sweetened breakfast stout. It's kind of like, when I think of breakfast stout, I think of the classic, which would be like Founder's Breakfast Stout. This is not that. This is over the top, new school, adjunct laden, kind of mayhem, hair on fire. But the beer's still there, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, it's just so, I mean, like I said, I got some on my nose, I got some on my hand. I'm already kind of like sticky and icky. So yeah. Good one. Good first mystery beer out the chute. This thing's going to destroy my palate. Cheers. Okay. Okay. I'm not saying this beer is not sweet, but it's not nearly as sweet as I thought it would be. Take another sip. Yeah. I mean, it is sweet, but there's a definite bittering there. You're getting a bittering from hops, bittering from roasted malt, definitely a bittering from the coffee. And there's a sweetness on the other end of things, but it's not that gigantic. But like I said, it is a sweet beer. That maple syrup really comes through. That coffee comes through as like a really good kind of breakfast joint kind of coffee, not this new school cold press, no bittering kind of coffee coming off. There is vanilla. There is a little bit of sweetness in there. If it's lactose or vanilla, whatever, it's coming off more vanilla for me. And there is a nice big kind of roasted malt. Sure, it's kind of propped up and helped out by that roasted coffee in there. But it's nice. It drinks criminally too easy. It's sweet enough to where I think this is the appropriate size can. I wouldn't want to go past 12 ounces on this. But I don't think it's that high in ABV either. Yeah, it smells nice. It tastes like somebody's version of a breakfast stout that they made a base, and that base became a barrel-aged version. And this is the base. There has to be a barrel-aged version of this floating around somewhere. The only thing I would really knock it for is it does come off thin. It kind of lends itself to being a little bit more drinkable because of how thin it is, but with how intense and how bold and how big these flavors kind of come off, you kind of want this beer to have a little bit of heft to it, and it comes off a little bit thin. That's me kind of being nitpicky about it, but I think it's tasty. I think it's great, and it's probably one of the better breakfast stouts that I've had in quite some time. What is it? Like I said, maple syrup, vanilla, coffee, malted. I'm going to go low ABV on this. I'm going to go 8.5%. 8.5%. I want to go lower, too, but how rich and decadent it is, I'm just hesitating. I don't want to go any lower. Yeah, I got 8.3. There you go, a little bit lower. 8.3% breakfast stout. That's it, done and done. I have no idea who made this. We're going to find out in a second, though. I'll tell you that much. Covered at the bottom, so there must be some telltale thing in the bottom that would have told me what's going on here. No, there's nothing down there. And then, let's see, give it the old unwrapping. Okay, this is microphone. Which kind of makes sense because where Charles is located, this is their Smells Like Bean Spirit Hazelnut. I didn't really pick up on the hazelnut all that much. Does it actually say what's in here? This is a stout ale with coffee, maple syrup, and hazelnut. So there you go. Whoop-de-doo. I didn't pick out the hazelnut on such a big beer. I'm okay with everything I said because you could talk me into hazelnut in almost every single kind of stout that I've ever gotten into. I'm glad I walked that back a little bit, 8%. So instead of being 0.5 off, I'm 0.3 off. But yeah, I've had the Smells Like Teen Bean Spirit before. And they've been hit or miss for me, to be perfectly honest with you. Actually, might have been the first one I ever had might have came from Chuck, to be honest with you. And I've liked them. And this is probably one of my favorite ones of the bunch, to be perfectly honest with you. Just because it is sweet. It does kind of get, I don't want to say aggressive, but there is this kind of explosiveness to it. But it still becomes off drinkable. And even though it is sweet, it's not overly sweet. There's a bittering component to balance all that off. I kind of dig it. I like it. It's one of the better kind of breakfast stouts, like I mentioned earlier, that I've had as of late. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not Mount Rushmore status, but it's definitely eking up there. Value and availability on this, Chuck, you're going to have to let us know what's what and leave you with if you like what you like. This beer, if you like breakfast stout, man, you like maple syrup, you like coffee, you like stout. And if you like hazelnut, sure, you'll like this. There you go. Thank you very much, Chuck. This is a super fun mystery beer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you're more than welcome to reach out and send me some mystery beers. The only way we can do these is through contributions from people like yourself. It's called PBS, people. Watch it. Anyway, Matt at massivebeers.com or massivebeers@gmail.com. Either one works. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Massive Beers, doing the podcast stuff, Beer Massif. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of mystery beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.